Hi, welcome back to Talking Sense, where we have real conversations about money. And because we are keeping it real, let's also start keeping it real as to the mistakes we make about money. So I received this email, and the person who sent me the email is telling me, and these are the exact words that were in the email: "Hi, I have not planned for a holiday, but now I want to take my family for holiday to the coast in December. The hotel we want to stay at is going to charge us 25,000 shillings per person per room. Yeah, please help." Now, that same hotel, by the way, because I know the hotel they want to go to, had they booked in March or April or even May or June, it would have been half price. Had they decided, instead of going on Christmas Day, let's go early December or early January, they'd have probably paid 40% of what they are now being charged for the room. Planning is not a choice. And I think we get, especially this season of December is coming, we keep treating, and I've talked about this year on, we keep treating December as a surprise. December is not a surprise. Christmas is not a surprise. New Year's is not a surprise. School fees is not a surprise. So if there's one lesson we need to keep learning from this, planning is not a choice. When you don't plan is when you act like things are a surprise. Prices have gone up in December is a surprise. School fees needs to be paid is a surprise. So we've got to learn to stay ahead of our money, especially thinking ahead. The simple task of saying in March, I want to go for holiday in December, that's first thinking ahead. So how do I organize myself to do so? It's when we have drastic circumstances, we start learning to stay ahead of our money. People who've been retrenched from work are now understanding the need to plan ahead, because whatever resources they have need to be stretched out for 6 months or a year, so that before they figure out what plan B is. I learned to stay ahead of my money when I started a business. Then I didn't have a salary every month, so whatever I had to be planned out meticulously. There are people who have fallen out in relationships and suddenly they realize the extra 50 shillings I was spending on a brand of soap, I can no longer do it. But I think we really need to change our mindsets, and maybe I'll even call it culture with money, and start saying money is always about planning ahead. And let me give you some calculations that put this in reality. Why we do not have a choice but to plan. Let's say your lifestyle, going out, eating, fueling your car, doing the things you like to do, whatever it is, rent, costs you 100,000 shillings a month. In 10 years, because prices do go up, that's also not a surprise, that exact same lifestyle will cost you 250,000 shillings for the exact same lifestyle. Now, if you want to be able to afford to live the same way, you have to have planned for it. The same maths goes into, if the school you want to take your child to today, the university, costs 500,000 shillings, your child is 10 years, by the time they're going to school, that same fees will be something like 1.3 million. You have to have planned ahead. It is not going to be a surprise that it is more expensive. So it's just about saying, what do I want to do? My goals. You have to become important to yourself. How do I organize my time, my resources around it, and start with what you can. If you can start with 1,000 bob today, start. If you can start with 2,000 bob, start. What starting does is it activates a system. It's the same way when you put your ignition in the car and start it, the whole system of the car starts. So you may not think, you may not have the answers of how this 1,000 bob will add up to the money you want, but because you have started the process, you have activated the system, you will see things more differently. You will see opportunities to save money. You will see opportunities to make money. You will see opportunities to invest. You will see opportunities to have certain conversations. But this doesn't happen if you don't plan and you don't start. So the one thing I can tell you to start planning for next year as you're looking at your New Year resolutions is planning is not a choice. Plan as much as you can. Thank you.